A very old combo, a very common combo that used to be very heavily picked when these two champions are in the meta. We don't see Thresh too much anymore, but still very strong, very dangerous.
So the Thresh pick is, I understand it, but it's kind of a weaker pick in the current meta, just because compared to other champions that use the Aftershock, Thresh doesn't really get much out of the Keystone. He gets bullied out of lane quite easily, and Alistar isn't the best matchup. Though, however, this is still the Kalista Thresh, so they probably will still have lane priority. The last counter pick for Mouse right here, Cho'Gath, which we've seen Ray pick up into this exact matchup into Vladimir.
We saw it picked up in the last series as well by Tatai, and we've seen what it can do. Even going into close to late game, still puts a lot of pressure on the Vladimir, still very good into the laning dominance of Vladimir. And it really comes down to that sustain that both champions bring in the early game.
What's so interesting about this draft is that both teams are actually letting go of what we traditionally associate them as being the strongest at, the team fight phase of the game. So we have Team Rogue Warriors picking up Jarvan and Malzahar, things that they can snowball the early mid-game with. And on WE's front, they're actually letting go of the Xayah, letting go of the super late game, and opting into a very strong bottom lane in Kalista and Thresh themselves.
Indiana just said that themselves. Indiana wants this, or Frostgrunch say wants this game to be an early dominant game from Team WE. Show a different playstyle, show that they can bring back forms of their old compositions to take it to Rogue Warriors early. Rogue Warriors, they've drafted something very similar here today, and as we expected this to go into a late game brawl, suddenly the team compositions suggest otherwise, Common.
Exactly. A lot of it is going to revolve around the bottom lane 3v3 scenario that involves Condi and also Flawless on the same table. And in that sort of sense, I actually feel like Rogue Warriors have the upper hand just because Flawless is on a more aggressive early jungler in the Jarvan.
And you have to think, dive here, Common?
It's a 4v2 without minion dematerializer. Such a fast timing.
And they're going to look for it. There goes
No
Killa.
flashes.
He's going to tank the turret aggro first. First blood picked up by Flawless, and it's actually a flawless dive coming out from the Rogue Warriors.
Beautiful execution. Great taking coming out from Killua. No one falls down from Rogue Warriors, and they don't even expend the bottom lane flashes. This means that this lane is going to go from bad to worse.
Mystic does have Unsealed Spellbook, could change to teleport, but why would you teleport into that down comment? They're looking towards the mid lane.
Definitely looking for that mid, want to chunk Shia before they do it.
And forcing it as well, trying to lock him down. QSS is available and instantly used. Now we look for that team fight. Killua's going to jump in as well. Doinby uses his stopwatch to kick things off. SMLZ joining the fight on top of that. Good damage on Ben. Flawless jumps underneath the turret. One final attack, not enough. Stopwatch to drop the aggro.
Face Call comes in.
Mystic going to try and pull him back, stop him from falling. But Doinby, they're going to throw down the Rift Tail to jump the fight. Condi's going to fall. SMLZ gets that kill. Flawless still up. And it's going to be Rogue Warriors pushing through the mid lane.
That was a beautiful stopwatch to switch the tower aggro over to Mouse's side, and Flawless somehow manages to keep himself alive, even though he took a Sleepy Trouble Bubble to the face.
On top of that, Rogue. Meanwhile, they're trying to collapse on the Connie. That's a flash over the wall coming out from Doinby. They lock him down, pops his stopwatch, but is it too little too late?
The Lantern
does have his friends coming over to help him out, but Doinby picks up the kill. 957, however, is going to get some revenge for his team. Sleepy Trouble puts Flawless to sleep. Ben will pick up the second one, and Team WE fight back.
Rogue Warriors going super aggressive on a 4v2. Doinby actually expends his flash at the start of the fight. They managed to get one kill, but that was completely not worth it for Rogue Warriors. If you look at 957, he's able to pick up a kill and an assist. And this might be how they deal with that late game Ezreal.
Ben really making the best use of his time at the moment. He's no use standing beside Mystic while he's walking back to lane or free farming in the top side of the map. Instead, working with his team, already picked up the Moby Boots as early as he could to roam around the map. We get to see that again. Very aggressive Rogue Warriors.
Doinby uses the flash. He must know that Sejuani still has the stopwatch, but still goes for that play. If you look at the map, 4 members from WE funneling in before Cho'Gath can really do anything, and they just give up 2 kills to the member that they don't want to give. 957 on his Vladimir.
The saving grace for Rogue Warriors is Ben picks up one of the Thresh, but still matchup which goes even. Vladimir really good with his sustain, thanks to his kit. Cho'Gath, exactly the same, has a lot of sustain coming out from his passive. Lots of ways to deal with Vladimir in the side lane as well.
Rogue Warriors trying to force something, doesn't manage to get anything as Shia secures his own blue.
Killua going in with the flank engage. Cia's gonna fall. SMLZ gets that kill. Mystic will pull back his support, but a big pick for Rogue Warriors onto the mid laner.
And Kahlua somehow able to find an opening on the right side of the jungle, sneaks past all the warding coming out from WE and makes the pick on Xie.
Kahlua still here as well, will get spotted out, locked down by Doinby. There's going to be a teleport coming in for the teleport, big knockout cover Kahlua, and there
Mystic goes down!
Shaman! SMLZ, Arcade shifting over the wall as well. 957 getting locked down, he can't get the flank he wants of the Rogue Warriors, and 4 members strong will chase down this Vladimir. This is not the team fight that WE wanted to go for. This is a disaster for them, and Rogue Warriors open up the map.
They take 3 kills and instantly go for the Baron. Right there, W were hoping to make a pick on Kahlua, but Kahlua saved his ultimate. He didn't use it on the initial kill on Xie, so he was able to survive for so long and even get a triple knockup, which really cost Mystic his life.
Big tanky team fight from Rogue Warriors to kick that one off. They pick up the Baron buff as well. Now with the 5,000 gold lead, they must feel confident to push these structures against Team WE.
And let's look at that again. Kahlua finding his way over to the right side with that blast cone, gets Xie, tons of burst damage coming out, and the last Q somehow able to tag him.
And it's important to talk about how they were able to set up for that, because we mentioned Rogue Warriors have been patient. They're not rushing for the Baron. They're just setting up vision, making sure they take their time. Kahlua got the flank because they had that vision control, locked him down, and then this happens, Clement.
Yeah, so they thought that Kahlua might not have his ultimate anymore, but Kahlua was still holding on to it. Flash Q and then knocks Mystic to his death.
Rogue Warriors on the back of this, able to clean up the team fight. 957 teleported in, was not able to get much done. Now with Baron buff, with the gold advantage, seems like they have that eye. Stop watching the last second to avoid true shot barrage, but Java jumps in, forces the team fight at the Nexus turrets. Mystic's gonna get some good spears in on the backlines, but MSOLZ, he is left untouched. He is now moving into backlines, picks up one, goes for the second.
Perfect
comes out big, and it's an ace coming out for Rogue Warriors. They tear apart Team WE.
Rogue Warriors with an absolute stomp right there, and it all started from the early game with Flawless, a clean victory over WE.
And a perfect game in there, not exactly in the words of a perfect game, but still, it was phenomenal from Rogue Warriors. Tore Team WE apart from the early game and snowballed that into the late.
There's only one mistake that Rogue Warriors made, and that was that 2v4 in the red side jungle of the enemy team. But aside from that, this was pretty much a perfect game coming out from Rogue Warriors. And a lot of it really has to go back to Flawless. Like I